Okay, happy weekend, everyone. Welcome to another exciting edition of the ChallengeDac Community Weekly edition of the um the weekly edition of the meetings, the ChallengeDac community meetings. So we got the team, the ChallengeDac team up here. We're about to start the weekly meetings. So welcome everybody who's on the meeting today. I can see we have some members of the community on the show.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Like Sydney Mills said, in another weekly edition of the ChallengeDac AMA. This is a time that we do every once a week where we just make it an open forum, let anybody who's involved with CHL, any token holders, anybody interested in the technology, come online and ask us questions. And then we also try to do a rundown on the project and talk about what we have going on. So for those of you who don't know, we're a decentralized challenge application. We let people make post challenges where they're able to basically make a smart contract and put terms in that smart contract for cryptocurrency rewards. So it's a fun game. Currently, it's we're updating our new version. So the app's down right now for a couple of days, but our new version 8, which we've been working on for a couple months, should be up hopefully any day now. So lots of development, good news there. And other good news for the project is see here. Let me see if I can share my screen. So I'm gonna try to share my screen here. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
so we can see it.
Cool. So some good news on Coinbase. We mentioned this before, but Coinbase is tracking our price. So if you go to Coinbase, from what I understand, Coinbase is the only publicly traded cryptocurrency exchange in the world. I mean, I think they got like a $40-50 billion market cap. So they're tracking our price, and which I think is a very good sign for the project. So good work, everybody, with the promotion and getting us to the point where we have a publicly traded exchange tracking our project. The only thing is they're not allowing people to buy and sell, but obviously I think if they allowed people to buy and sell, that would be great for us, for the project. And then some other stuff that we got going on is let me see here. And for those of you who don't know, I mean, it would definitely be in their interest for Coinbase to list our project. After all, we are the number one of the top social dApps on dApp.com or on the EOS blockchain. So we have the EOS blockchain, one of the fastest, most used blockchains in the world. And if you go to dApp Radar, you can see that we are one of the top 4 social dApps on the whole EOS blockchain. So that's great news for us. So that's some good news. And some other good news for the project is I think some of you guys saw this, where we've been getting some help from the EOS Foundation, which has done a tremendous job. It's really helped us. And then we were talking about Helios Rising. They have like 6 or 7 million EOS, and they've talked about how they want to help projects who are building on the EOS network. So we actually reached out to them on Twitter. They got back to us. We can see here how we said, hey, we'd like to work with you guys. They responded and said, have you applied? And of course we did apply, but we haven't heard back from them yet. So I don't know who they've worked with so far, but definitely I think they would like to work with a top social dApp on EOS. I think that would definitely be good for them. So yeah, so that's a little bit of news for us. And what else do you guys got on your end? Any big updates? Anything from your end, Willow, City Mills? I know you guys do a lot of promotion work.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah, but I wasn't hearing anyone else. You guys hear me okay?
Sorry, I was having difficulty trying to get back to the meeting.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we've been making some promotions, not only on Twitter but also on Facebook. Trying to get people to know what we are doing. For now, we are expecting version 8, and everybody's anticipating version 8. So currently, the version 7 of the application is down, and I have people that have been sending me screenshot. Hey, Willow, what's up? Yeah, I'm expecting version 8. So in no time, we'll have a version 8 ready. So I believe we have plenty people, trying to get on our application. We have people that are expecting version 8. So I think Church said I think is late.
yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of this. So that's the thing, we make these open to the public and let people come on, but now we're getting a lot of jokesters. So maybe, you know what, I'm getting a ton of requests for people to join, but we already got some people, so I don't know. I mean, I let people join, but if they just start clowning around, then we'll kick them out. But we wanted the version 8 to drop. I mean, we've been waiting on it for. I mean, we got a lot going on in this version. I mean, version 8 is
No,
there's
waiting me that on that church.
a lot going on with version 8. We got probably more. We're adding another blockchain. We're adding Telos support. So there's a lot that is getting added in version 8. So we've been working on this for probably 4 months now. So that's this is probably our most technically deep version yet. I mean, we're adding another blockchain. We're adding referral codes. We're adding a time limit on challenges. So it's a lot of stuff. So it's been a lot of work for the development team. The last month we've been trying to push it out, but we just keep running into snags. And our goal, I mean, this year we say we want to get 1 million users, and I think that's attainable. But we have to be convenient, and the way we can be convenient is to allow to be in the mobile store, to be in Android and iOS. I mean, that's a must. And so then we're going to we want to make sure we're in iOS and Android, and we're waiting on iOS. There's a couple things we need to get iOS, and they're close to approving us. I think we should be approved within the next couple of days. So I know all you guys have been patiently waiting, and it's it's been a while. I wish it was out sooner, but these things, if you're making great technology, things take time, and I'm hoping, I know I've said this the last 3 weeks, but I'm hoping that this upcoming week's going to be the week that it's out. So
yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, I'm really excited that the new version will be out very soon, and the community too. I am the admin on the Challenge ES Discord server. So the whole community is anticipating that the new version drops soon, so they can kick off with tax challenges and geo challenges.
Yeah,
I have a question. Yeah, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What kind of features do you think we should expect on Challenge ES version 9.0?
Oh gosh, we're not even there yet. We've been so focused on. I mean, we got some rough ideas of things we want to do and suggestions people have been making, but Okay,
That's good.
okay, that dude's removed.
All right, I think that bots are speaking. I think some of the stuffs that I've been speaking, they are not humans. I think some are not humans. They are bots.
Who is Belly?
I came across. Okay, can you hear me, Chase?
Who is
Yeah.
Belly?
I don't know. Are you okay? Bally, where's Bally at? Okay, they're in the comment section talking shit. Okay, this Bally, okay, Bally's gone. Remove Bally. Yeah, you know,
Okay.
if we come on here these meetings and we give out 20,000 CHL for people who join, that's a lot of CHL. And you know what? We're gonna have to be more exclusive with these meetings. You know, we wanted to be cool and just let these be open to the public. And but it looks like people, you know, are not mature enough for that. So, you know, we're gonna have to pre-screen these now, you know, and right now I have like 20, 30 people who want to join, and I'm sure that a lot of them want to learn about the project and have good intentions, but I just, you know, we just can't add them because it's too much chaos.
Sorry to cut you short. I think we can make use of double meet instead of Zoom. I think Zoom, they allow a lot of bots, you know. So I think if we make use of double meet, I think it's going to prevent all of this.
Yeah. I mean, we'll figure out something. I mean, we switched from Facebook to Zoom. You know, I like Zoom. I like their features. But
yeah, I like Zoom too.
Right. But if we just get a lot of people playing around or whatever, we're gonna have to figure out a way, because the last few weeks we've had, you know, a couple of people come on and but man, that was 5 minutes of just bombardment. And that's
excuse me, Chase. There's people saying stuff in the chat, and there's one person in particular spamming.
okay. Yeah, I'm sure. So yeah, okay. Well, I mean,
Chase, the good thing is if they are trying to interfere with the course of things, it means danger about the project. So the project must represent something dangerous for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that might be an issue. Either that or just people are bored. But anyways, you know, I think that we got everyone off, but yeah, we were talking about version 8, and version 8 looks good. I mean, we're gonna have time sensitive challenges. So when you make a challenge now, and then this is just turning into it's just turning into a joke. It's just turning into a joke. But anyways, we're going to have version 8 out. We're gonna have task challenges that are
okay.
Yeah,
So
around.
Can you hear me, guys?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a ChallengeDac official weekly meetings that happens on Zoom every Fridays. So this meeting happens every Fridays by 7 p.m. GMT +1. So that's 6 p.m. GMT. So what I'll urge you guys to do is you take note of the time, 6 p.m. GMT every Fridays. You hang out here and get to earn rewards of 25,000 CHL. Okay, so the founder said that today he's giving out 20,000 CHL. But if you have nice questions that you want to ask, that means you can win yourself extra 5,000 CHL. So that will make it 25K CHL. So for everyone who's on this call right now, you have to take a screenshot, because I'm gonna ask for the screenshot over at the Challenge ES Discord server. So just a few minutes after this meeting, I'm gonna ask for the screenshots, and I'm gonna tip everyone 20,000 CHL. But if you have a question, an exciting question or an educating question that's gonna have to benefit the members of the community, then I'm gonna add extra 5K CHL for you. So right now, I wanted to tell the founder, that's Chase Escom, I want to let him know that I got in touch with the Femex exchange. There's an exchange called Femex exchange. So I sent them a mail. I'm trying to get in touch with them and let them know that I need CHL. I would like to see CHL on the Femex exchange. So I had to tell you, I want to let you know in case they need any details. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you know in particular so that you give me the details so I can fill the form.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So that's one thing, you know, and another thing I wanted to point out here is, let's go back to my screen share. You guys can see if I can share this here.
Yeah, Chase, on George's question, I have a number of questions, but I guess a lot of them could be picked up just offline. So again, I'm new to the project, but I'm really curious about it and keen to get involved and get to know more. So yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, let's see. Man, people are just creative with everything they can do.
Yeah, they should invest the energy into memes.
Yeah, some creative people here. But anyways, that was the
They can
market
actually
cap,
use the
and we're at like
talent
$125,000 market cap,
to
so
make
we're
money.
super small right now. But yeah, go ahead, ask the questions. I mean, these are what this is why we're here, you know, to answer questions.
Well, I was curious to understand a little bit around the macroeconomics. So basically, how many holders are there? What's the market cap? How many coins overall? Just basic stuff, you know. And then the whole idea about challenges, it's really neat, and I've seen it across a number of projects. So I'd be curious to understand how it's different from other projects that have also a so-called rewards-based physics behind the tokenomics of the coin. So again, these are just some initial questions, and then as we go through these, probably they will emerge a number of other questions.
Right. Yeah, I mean those you know, that's kind of all the important things that, you know, someone would want to know about a project, you know. So our market cap, like I was just showing, you know, I think it's about 125,000 is what our market cap is. So that would definitely be considered a small cap market. You know, that's a small market cap for a coin, I would say. And then we have about, and then with our token, I mean, a lot of times people have tokens and they try to use them as value tokens, as store value. Our tokens are used to rank our news feed. So when you go on and you use the challenge application, there's a ranking, there's a news feed, just like there's a news feed on Facebook or there's a news feed on Twitter. And then, you know, with those news feeds, typically why you're seeing certain posts is because somebody's paying to have you see them, or there's something with the algorithm in Twitter. But with us, what we do is we give people challenge tokens, and then people vote on the challenges that they like, and that more challenge tokens that vote for a post, the higher it goes up into our news feed. So the economic value of a CHL token is its power to get a post more visible on the application. And the more visible something is on our application, the more likely people are to participate in the challenge. So it's you could kind of almost look at it as advertising on the challenge application. So that's the kind of the economic utility of the CHL token. And then I think you have some other questions there about accounts, the number of accounts. We have, like I said, about 10 to 15,000 users is what I think we're at right now. Token holders, we're at, I think we're at about 5,000 or 6,000 token holders. And that's, so we have our challenge users, and normally everyone who's a challenge user is going to have some sort of account balance of challenge tokens. And then, so we have all those users. And then we have another about 5,000 or 6,000 separate EOS accounts that hold CHL as well. So those are just, separate EOS accounts that hold CHL.
Makes sense. And then, so the amount of tokens they have been issued in one go, and they just circulate across wallets, or are these being produced? And then, if these are being produced, what's the
Right, exactly. So what we did is we've been running for about 3 years, and we did what they called an airdrop. So in July of 2018, we airdropped to what they called the EOS Genesis snapshot. And what that was everybody who had EOS tokens when the EOS network went live. And everybody who had one EOS token, we automatically gave them 2 CHL tokens. So we call it an airdrop.
Yep,
so so everyone got 2 tokens, and then they were able to trade it after that. Everyone was trading, traded the token back and forth. About a month later, we got added on a few different exchanges, and there hasn't been a day since that the token hasn't traded somewhere on some exchange in the world.
All right. So Chase,
okay? And
can I ask the question?
one.
Go ahead, bro.
And so the liquidity behind the token, is it locked, or again, how do you ensure that there isn't a dump where one of the big whales just throws in a lot of tokens onto the market, and then it just sucks up the liquidity behind it?
Yeah, if you look, you can go to blocks.io, and if you search the token ChallengeDac token CHL, you can see how distributed the token is. So it's a pretty widely distributed token. It's not very, it's not super centralized. I don't think there's, I think for a few $100s you can become a whale, literally. So if you get if you get much more than 1 million or 2 million CHL, you are on the rich list. You're on like the top 100. So you're a whale. So it doesn't take much to become a whale. So it's pretty widely dispersed token. There's no single account that has a whole lot of tokens. There are some accounts like exchanges. What happened was when we did an airdrop to all the different EOS accounts, like exchanges like Binance, who had tons of EOS, they got lots of CHL too. And we've been having an ongoing issue with them because they haven't released those tokens to their users. There's been a lot of big exchanges that haven't released the CHL to their users. So there is a possibility like someone like a Binance could come on, take everyone's tokens and just dump them on the market, and things could crash. So there's that possibility. But that's the thing with any crypto. Any crypto asset can be dumped. It's not it's not a project where one account has 90% of the tokens. It's not like that. There's no one account that has maybe the biggest account somewhere has 10, 15, 20%, something like that.
Absolutely makes sense. I was just kind of questioning the probability of a rug pull or something, So where some big holder does influence the economics behind the.
Right.
Just one last question. Sorry for being too persistent.
Questions.
How big is the development team behind the project?
It's depends on what you define as development. We got our marketing team, we got a development team, we got but probably if you're talking about just people developing, maybe I think we're at maybe 4 people, 2 to 4 people, varies on our development cycle where we're at. But we've probably had over 20 people work on the project at some point. So there's been a lot of people who've contributed to this project, and we've been around, like I said, 3 years, and we're on our 8th version, coming up on our 8th version. So we've done a lot of development.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks for all the information. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate.
Cool.
Hello.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know how the blockchain works on this one.
So we run on the EOS blockchain, and when so we have the ChallengeDac app, and that's kind of like our front end user face, and we allow people to make challenges on the EOS blockchain. So when you go on, when you download the Challenge EOS app, it just looks like a normal app. It's quick, it's easy to use, and you can go on and you can make a post, and it feels like you're just making like a Facebook post, but what you're actually doing is you're publishing information to the EOS blockchain. And when people participate in your challenge, they're interacting with the blockchain too, and you're using the blockchain to reward people who participate in your challenge. So that's how we use the blockchain.
So each and every post and each and every transaction that will be captured by the blockchain, right?
Exactly. Yep. So every time someone publishes a challenge, that gets that gets published to the blockchain, and then every time somebody who gets rewarded, say if you post a challenge and then you go to reward somebody and you issue them tokens as a reward, that obviously that goes through the blockchain too. And then so we're a hybrid system, so that sort of thing we use the blockchain for. But we do have an application that where you can post pictures, where you can post text and things like that don't get published to the blockchain. So that we
yeah, got it. Thank you.
Cool. And then
Okay.
before we go too long, I know we've been going for like 20-30 minutes here, but there was a few interesting points I wanted to share with you guys. A lot's been going on with the EOS community. They've been giving out a lot of EOS. We got some help from the foundation. And one thing that's really been big is the Eden, all this stuff going on with Eden. And I haven't even joined Eden myself, but I think people in our community need to. And I was going to share some stuff, a little clip here, 2 little clips, and get your guys' thought on it here. So we got my screen back on, right? You guys can see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one is, and this is the Eden. I think this is like the chief. This is the chief delegate meeting for Eden, and this guy was
very, very manual at this point right now. But I take Aaron's links for a GrayMass wallet, and I can create a QR code and give it on a card, a printed card, to somebody, or I can email it to them, and they have an account. It's very
actually here. Let me go back it up. He makes a point here that I think is important. So let's see.
the rumors that we've heard about this white paper.
Can you guys hear?
Except that we want to generate hype and interest from all these different people who have nothing to do with EOS right now. And this is also one of those things, like this is, if it's going to be a viral marketing campaign, we have to figure out something to do and get everybody on board to do it. But it means that we can find people who are inside Eden, who are members of other organizations, communities, whatever, clubs, games, anything where there's more than 2 people in a room, and start salting those organizations. And like I've built it.
So were you guys able to hear that little clip?
Sure.
Yeah. So that's something that's interesting is in the chief or in their kind of board meeting with Eden, they're talking about how they're going to get more people participating in Eden, and they're looking for things that can help them make things go viral. And I think ChallengeDac would be right up that alley, for them. So, we should get in touch with them and ask how we could use Challenge to help their efforts. And there was another clip here, and I think these guys are in charge of like 1 million EOS. They have like a 1 million EOS that they have at their discretion. And then here's another clip that I think is important for us.
We could show people, but right now it's just still an idea. You know, it's just, this is coming, and this is Web 3.0, and you know, all metaverse and all these different words that people are starting to use is starting to catch people's attention. But now we say, like, this is actually happening, and it's going to be a game that you can play weekly to get money for your community, right? That's, you know, if we can start framing that now, people are going to be interested, and by the time the tools are in our hands, we're going to be ready to share it.
Yeah, I think you hit on something there to the end, which is like, we need to grow the Eden membership, and we need to provide compelling reasons for people for why they'd want to be in Eden, maybe even if they don't currently have a EOS account.
I apologize, guys. I have no clue what Eden is.
Yeah, it's that's EOS for you. It's just a community within this community. But anyways, Eden's a thing that actually the founder, Dan Larimer, he's starting. It's an internal governance system in EOS, and that's been probably one of the biggest issues with EOS up to this point. Is you know, they raised $4 billion in their ICO in 2017. There were a lot of promises made that they were going to put that money back into projects like ours. Just never really happened, and EOS is kind of stagnated for a couple years. I mean, before the chain even launched, it was at $23. It got up to $23 at the token price, and ever since then, it's, you know, gone down, and right now it's at you know, like $2, $2-3. And from our end, from a developer point of view, and for when we're developing, we couldn't even develop what we're doing right now on an Ethereum, or there's hardly any blockchains we could do what we're doing on, just because we need so many transactions and we need so much speed. But we can run on EOS. So EOS is good technology, it works, but it's lacked some governance. And Eden is it's a fractal democracy, is what Dan Larimer calls it. So they're doing this fractal democracy thing, which they call Eden.
Oh, kind of a DAO
Right.
kind of thing.
Right, kind of, yeah, a DAO type of thing. And then they're going to use it to direct funding to projects and to pretty much projects or people that can help advance the software. So we're a perfect candidate for that. I mean, right there, I mean, that's their board right there. And I think they're in charge of over 1 million EOS, and they're trying to figure out different ways of using it to benefit the Eden, or benefit the EOS ecosystem. And I think we'd be in a perfect position to do that, to get media, get clips out, make challenges promoting Eden. And I think they would love to help us. So I wanted to share those clips and get your guys' take on that.
Yeah, definitely there is space for synergy, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, ChallengeDac application wants to be recognized. It deserves to be recognized. So I have a question for you, Chase.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we expect to see a CHL listing on Binance in the year 2022? Do we expect to see a CHL listing on Binance
We'll
this
see.
year?
It's definitely possible. I noticed that you know, Coinbase, I think they're the leader in the industry. I mean, they're the only, you know, they've gone through all the regulatory hoops. They're publicly traded exchange, and the fact that I mean, we don't have a lot of liquidity. We don't have a lot of trading. Yeah. We're a low market cap coin, but we have great technology though. But despite all that, despite us having a low market cap, despite us having low volume, low liquidity, Coinbase is still attracting us. So that means that they're looking at our project and seeing the potential of the technology potential. So hopefully, you know, with our technology, you know, that's always been the aim of our project. A lot of projects, they come out and they spend a lot of money on marketing. They try to pump the token. And that's one thing I've noticed about the exchange business. A lot of these exchanges want a lot of upfront Bitcoin, a lot of upfront cash and crypto to list a token. And I always press back and say, you know, why do you need $50,000 to list a token? And at the end of it, it always comes down to them saying, well, we need to create volume. We need to create market volume. So what they're doing is they're creating volume, making it look like there's trades going on, and that's what they're using the Bitcoin for. But our angle is, we don't want to do that. We just rather build good technology and have a good token that people want to buy, and that people want to, that there's demand for. And so hopefully over time, I believe that exchanges like Coinbase and Binance will have no other choice but to add us, because there will be so much demand for us.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. So now that you're getting your project deployed on the Telos blockchain, do we also expect to see your projects getting deployed on the Hive blockchain too?
Maybe in version 9. So,
Okay.
it's when we started version 8, that was a big deal when we wanted to go multi-blockchain, and we talked to the development team and we said, hey, because it took, for those of you guys who have been following the project, our first 3 or 4 versions just didn't work at all. We're pretty simple in what we do, but still it was complicated to get it to sync with the blockchain and make it user friendly. So our first couple versions just didn't work at all. So it took us a year or 2 to get things working on EOS. And then things started running smoothly. And then we talked to the development team. We said, you know what, you think we could add support for another blockchain? And we had 2 candidates. We had Telos and we had Hive. And I think those were the 2 best suited for our needs. And the development team, they said, you know what, we feel like we can add Telos, but let's hold off on Hive. Maybe next time we can do Hive. So they thought Hive was a little bit more complicated. Hive is a little bit older. I don't think, but Telos is so closely related.
Telos is unique.
Yeah. And it's closely, the code really is very similar to EOS. So it was,
absolutely.
So that was the one that was going to be easier to add. And that's the one that I thought was going to be better for us to add too. So, but maybe in version 9. And then if there's other blockchains too, and we can run on that blockchain, we can always add multi-block, we can always add as many blockchains as we want.
Yeah, we have Polygon blockchain. Yeah, we have Binance Smart Chain.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, if it's a good chain that doesn't censor, that's reliable, that's trustworthy, then yeah, we can definitely add it. But right now, the 2 best ones are definitely EOS and Telos, and I think a lot of great things are going to happen for the project once Telos is live.
Yeah, that's true. They are well known for speed and multiple transactions.
Right.
Yeah, and Telos is also known for cost effectiveness.
Yeah, cheap and great.
But most definitely, sorry to cut you short, most definitely digital governance. Telos has a decide voter system.
Their community, they have an awesome community. I mean, we've been hearing about them, and their community have been asking us to add support for them for 2-3 years now. I mean, that's been probably our number one requested feature has been Telos support, and we just haven't got around to it because it took us about 5 versions just to get EOS right. But getting Telos support, we're gonna have a lot of loyal users after that. We're gonna have a lot of loyal Telos users, a big community.
That's true.
A lot bigger one. So cool.
Okay, cool. So do we have any questions from any community members? Because I think we'll be going for over 30 minutes.
Yeah, we've been going for about 40 minutes. So, so if anyone else has anything else to add, any other questions, let us know. Otherwise, we'll be back next week.
Thank you very much for your time. It was interesting and enlightening.
Yeah. Thank you for your questions. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, please don't forget to take screenshots. I'm gonna reward everybody over at the challenge is the ChallengeDac community Discord server. So all you have to do right now is take a screenshot, because without the screenshot, I will not be able to confirm if you were on the chat or not. I wouldn't be able to take note of everyone who joined the call. So thank you very much, and make sure you join our calls next week by 6 p.m. GMT time, Fridays 6 p.m. GMT time.
Yep, we'll do 6 p.m. I mean, we've been changed the 2 weeks before we went on Thursday because of the holidays. I think last Friday was Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. But I think we're back to Fridays. And if it works for everyone on the call, it works for me. We can go at 6 p.m. GMT time. That could just be our time. We always go. So awesome guys. So we'll yeah, anyone on the call, let City know, let myself know. We'll make sure everyone gets hooked up with their 20,000 CHL for joining. And I think that's it for this week.
Yeah, I think the caller, I think questions. Okay, MIG. I think MIG deserves 25K CHL.
Yeah, he had a lot of great questions. So definitely hook him up with
30,
yeah.
not 25.
yeah. Hooking up with some extra. He had some great questions. So awesome guys. So everyone have a good weekend, and I think that's it for us.
Cheers. Have a great evening.
All right.